hello. Welcome everyone to ZJA University's The Seminar Office Hours. We're going to be doing a nice interview here, but I'd like to introduce first and foremost my co-host. Co-host, please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. I am Budget Keshi. I am the milkman that will put a little bit of milk under your pillow.
Wait, you're doing the milk delivery under the pillow?
Yeah. I am the milkman, so I'll put a little milk under the pillow.
Hey, yo.
In case I come to town.
Hello, I'm LA, also known as the Hunger Service, and we are absolutely excited to have our next guest on Office Hours. You may know her for her singing voice and her musical talents, but what you don't know is that she's ZJU's intelligence agency, or lack thereof. Hard drive full of your most embarrassing photos, the meme madame, the Photoshop phenom, the Kiryu connoisseur. Move over, Majima. We have Adriana, EX3. Yay!
Hello. Hi.
How
That's
you doing?
me.
Is it
I'm
accurate?
good.
Was that good? Was that all right?
Yeah.
That's crazy because, like, usually on the other episodes, every single person until today has been like, "What the?" And Audrey's just like, "Yes, that's me."
It's me.
I do. There is a little. We do have a fourth person on the podcast today as a surprise. I'd like to welcome Kiryu as our fourth guest here on the podcast. Joining by phone, so he doesn't have video feed up.
That's beautiful.
Ho ho.
Yes, he's here. Kiryu, you have anything to say? No. Okay. All right. But yes, Kiryu will be joining us for the entirety of the podcast.
Oh man. Welcome, Kiryu. We welcome you.
He doesn't have much to ask or say. But he just wanted to join in for you. You know, he just wanted
Perfect.
to hang out. Yeah.
I love that for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Shall we get started? So Audrey, we have a bunch of questions for you that
Yeah.
a lot of us might be interested in getting to know you a bit more. Some curiosity floating around the air.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you are a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right. Now, how long have you been streaming on Twitch for?
Since 2018.
2018. So it has been quite a while.
Yeah.
Now, we would like to know, what do you do on stream? And if you were to describe Twitch to someone who doesn't know what it is, how would you explain it?
You watch strangers on the internet live.
Uh-huh.
And you kind of it's kind of like your own little slave. Depending on the content that you do, you know, sometimes when you're doing, like, if the streamer is raising money, like you tell them to do certain things for content. That's what I pay for.
And what sort of things do you do for that?
Oh, for me, I cry on stream for middle-aged men.
Nani?
I watch middle-aged men in Japan do middle-aged man things, and I cry about it.
Oh, okay. You know, that did not register for a second.
It didn't register for me either.
I was like,
so maybe that's a good way to kind of segue or lead into what is it that you do on Twitch specifically?
And I cry on stream when I watch middle-aged men.
Okay, fair enough.
Beautiful.
And sometimes I do side stories of singing the music, but it's usually me crying because of these guys, you know, this one.
Oh my gosh.
This one, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. Well, you said singing.
Yes.
As far as music concerned, you've been known to sing on stream. Like, how and why did you get into like music that way? Like just singing in
Yeah.
the ukulele.
So one of my long friends on the interwebs, Darling, we've been internet friends since like 2008 or something like that.
What?
Really? 2008?
Wait, what?
Yeah, because we were on, YouTube watching all the stuff.
Wow.
And so we did, we would also be like in chat for Blog TV, and that's how I met her. Anyways, when she got partnered, I got really I was really involved in her community, and she knew that I sang because we were going to plan a duet at some point, and it never happened, but that's okay. And so they were actually the ones who pushed me to stream, but I didn't have a setup at that time, nor was it like the, setups didn't look as beautiful, I'd say. And so I propped up my iPhone 6 at the time, and I streamed off of my iPhone for a good amount of time before I actually got a setup.
Wow. So you were streaming on your iPhone in
I was a mobile streamer.
Wow. Oh yeah, I do remember that time. I do remember that. Wow.
And then there used to be a drop count because sometimes my phone would drop from wherever I propped it.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean,
iPhone 6. What year was an iPhone 6?
I was also I never had like the updated phones, so I had the iPhone 6 probably later in life.
Well, that was your getting into music on Twitch, but what about like in general?
Oh, in general, I would just sing in the shower usually. What happened was in Filipino American History Month, we were doing, so there is this thing in Seattle where it's called Pagdiriwang, and it's like a weekend for Filipino Americans or Filipinos to celebrate at the Seattle Center. And my counselor in middle school at the time was trying to get all of the Filipino students to do something. So either you had to write a poem, or you sang or did something musical. I wasn't gonna write a poem. You think I can write anything? I can hardly read. So I picked the latter part, and I was like, sure, I'll sing, but like I've never done it on the stage. And so she put me in, and then I forgot, or no, it's not that I forgot. She forgot to tell me that it was a competition. And so I actually won the competition for like, and these are kids coming from all over the greater Seattle area. And so, yeah, I won that competition. And then my dream was to kind of be like one of those Philam YouTubers. And so I did YouTube videos for a little bit, really cringy, really embarrassing, but I did it. And that's how I got in. And so going into Twitch was like kind of living out the YouTuber dream that I had as a kid.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Dang. Imagine going into a competition, not knowing it's a competition, then you get an award. You're just like, wait, this was a competition? Imagine how many people you pissed off.
Yeah, it was a competition, and I was singing in Tagalog, so I wasn't even singing in English.
Dang.
Yeah. So
wow.
It's somewhere on the internet.
Some poor kid was practicing so hard to get first place.
Yeah, those poor kids. It's fine.
Man.
I don't know if they do that still, but it was a time.
Hmm.
But that's how I got into music. And
It
then
was
I
indeed a time.
it was a roller coaster with like having imposter syndrome and not thinking that I was good enough, and then like enjoying singing. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
it's a love-hate relationship.
yeah. Nice.
But I love music.
Yeah. I've never actually, I guess, asked you about your background on music. You know, whenever someone like, you know, is into music, you're kind of just like, oh yeah, you like music. You kind of just skip the part of like asking, so how'd you get into music?
Yeah. I mean,
It's a basic question that not a lot of people ask, actually.
Sometimes it's as
Yeah.
simple as like, you know, people will be like, yeah, my parents got me into it. But like, I always don't never want to assume that like that's that's just what happened.
Hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you just like kind of fell into it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then she also, you know, won an award off of that. And speaking of awards, kind of leads us into the next question here. So, I guess Audrey, your record, I guess,
Uh-huh.
shows that you have quite a storied history in
Uh-huh.
philanthropy and traveling overseas and even
Oh, yeah.
winning awards. Could you talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, I did a few like what is it called? Like trips to the Philippines. There was a there's a few typhoons in the Philippines, and so I went to help build houses both times for people who lost their houses. So I did that for a couple of years. I think that was 2015 and 2017
Oh my gosh.
over
Okay.
over Christmas. Yeah, so I went to Daan Bantayan and Ormoc City.
So you like went over there and built houses like 2 years, like a couple years. Wow. How long were you there for?
Yeah. I mean, I was there for like a couple weeks both times. So during like the Christmas break is when we went over and rebuilt houses. And then on the off years, I would just support the families that I built
Mm-hmm.
the houses for, just to make sure, because these houses are like made out of bamboo, and
Right.
so they're not the biggest thing. I would say, like, in American perspective, this is like a shed for 5 people,
Right.
is what it was. But that made an impact for people. I still keep in contact with some of the families that I served during those trips.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as the award was concerned, I read somewhere that you won an award. Like I think it may have been in middle school.
It was in middle school, if I'm thinking correctly. I won the Mayor Scholars Award in the 6th grade. I think I probably wrote about my brother.
Okay.
I wrote a lot of essays about my brother. My brother has autism, for those of you that don't know. And I vaguely remember what the essay was about, but I assume that it was about my brother. It was actually for a teacher I didn't particularly liked. But she gave me such a good review. Like, she hyped me up so much. And so, yeah, I don't know if they still have this award still. But yeah, it's called the Mayor Scholars Award. The mayor of Seattle gives it out to people from like a couple from each grade. And so I won it in the 6th grade, and I got like this really cool like leather or Letterman's jacket for it with like the chief self, which is what Seattle is supposed to be, but you know, the colonizers messed up his name so bad that they said Seattle. Yes.
Wow.
I have it still. It's at my parents' house.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, awards.
So it was for a teacher that you did not like.
And she's like, she messed up my name so much, and and she just like, I think she was just too eccentric for me. But like, I got an A in her class, and she hyped me up, and that's how I pretty much got the award because she put in such a good word for me. So
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Thanks,
won a bunch
teacher.
of awards in middle school too. Participation.
Participation, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
What do you even do with all those at the after like you leave the house? I don't know.
My mom has kept all of my awards.
Oh yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah, I don't want to say one thing. It's more for her, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I had to do a bit of digging to find that particular piece of information.
Mhm.
But we know you're phenomenal at finding things to about people.
Yes.
Facebook stalking, if you will. We know you love it. Why
want the
and
back
how did you
story?
get so good at it?
You knew this question was coming.
Yeah, you know,
You-
it's
It was a matter of when it's gonna come out.
it's actually I had a boyfriend at the time that cheated on me, and so I did a bunch of digging and tried to figure out all of the evidence on how he cheated on me. And so I just got really good at finding evidence because of that. And then, you know, I ended up like I really liked catfish for a little bit too. And so I would go and see how to find evidence through that. But yeah, it's really like darker
Yeah.
past
Yeah.
because I've had a couple boyfriends that have cheated, and I would just find
Mm.
all of the info from Homewrecker,
Mhm.
social media, and checked up all the dates, screenshotted everything, sent it over, and so if he had anything that like he's like, I didn't do that, I had a receipt for it. So it's
Phoenix
darker
right over here.
It's darker past, but also like I just have a
Objection.
lot of trust issues, and
Mm.
so when I felt like there was something that was off about someone, I would look into it. But now I just use it for funsies.
Chaos.
Yeah, for chaos. So so darker meanings, and now it's for fun.
Speaking
Yeah.
of that, make sure you're following ZJU's TikTok and on Instagram. Most
Yeah.
recently, we all had to sign old pictures of ourselves. You picked a
pictures of
phenomenal one
ourselves.
for me, by the way. Thank you.
You're welcome. I
You-
gave Nadine like some choices, and then she did the final like these are the ones I'm gonna print.
you did not pick the worst one that
I didn't
probably
because
have.
there are some that
Yeah, there's some that are
you
that
didn't
are pretty
want.
bad.
So like I
Yeah.
tried to pick like nicer ones for some people.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but
But that wasn't on your Facebook for your information.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, you and I mean, here's the crazy thing, guys. Like, Audrey and I are not even friends on Facebook. That's the crazy thing. Like,
Yeah.
anyone that has a Facebook, none of you guys are safe.
No one's safe. No one's safe. No one's safe. I go through everybody's Facebooks. I've probably tried to figure out like certain information just for funsies. And there's reasons why Merc and I aren't friends on Facebook. He knows that he sees this suggestion and he's like, yep, well, I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
I
And I-
absolutely. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and I say it's like it's your discretion. I don't add you guys. You guys add me. And so just know that if you add me, like that's you opening up your life. I don't send the request.
I think there are only 3 people I'm friends with in our community on Facebook. I think it's Christian, LA, and it might be Ariel. I'm not sure.
Probably.
I straight out block banned Audrey after that. I did it. I was expecting Audrey to check, but she didn't.
Nah.
So I had to unblock you because I wanted to check for this episode of the podcast because I was
Yeah.
like, I had done it. I was like, man, damn it! I need to check.
I was
Adri's
like,
Facebook.
nice, dude.
For this podcast, LA and I were talking, like, planning out some questions to prepare for you and stuff. And then LA was just like, oh man, wait, I blocked and banned Audrey off Facebook. I'm just like, all right, well, I can try to find her. And I found her. I'm like, all right, here are the mutual friends that I know that have her added. We can ask one of them to do a secret top mission for us.
The thing is like I don't like if it's on the internet, then it's on the internet, and I'm not like fully like it's like sometimes embarrassing, but like I put it on the internet for a reason, so oh well.
Yeah. But I guess going off of that, with Facebook, you took all of our photos and stuff, and you seem to excel at anything photo related. If you were to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on your Photoshop skills, let's revise this question a bit. Before and after ZJU, what were your Photoshop skills before ZJU, and what are your Photoshop skills now on a scale of 1 to 10?
You see, like I actually don't use Photoshop. I use Canva to do all of the things. I don't think I did a lot of editing before ZJU. A lot of the artistic stuff online was because of Twitch, and so I'd say I think my memes are funny, but I think had I learned actual Photoshop, I think I could be better. So like I think I'm at a 7-8. I know if I had better tools, it would do a lot better.
I think you would end up doing more mental and emotional damage to all of us.
Honestly.
Like sometimes we look at the Photoshop, like quote unquote Photoshop, meme pictures of all of us. Whenever Audrey puts something up, and if it's of me, I look at it and I'm like, I'm never gonna recover from this.
Because like, so the three like big memers, like big chaotic memers, are me, Merc, and Wolfie. Wolfie does like more of the drawing ones. Merc does the scuffed ones, and then I just polish it. But usually, like, Merc and I will go back and forth on different memes and different ideas that we like. If I want certain things to happen, I just ask Wolfie for certain things. Scuffed? Yes.
Hey, yeah, what do you mean scuffed? It's a work of art.
Work of art.
Art is subjective.
Yeah.
Excuse
me?
The three of you can
You're
be the yearbook
great.
committee.
Yeah.
Our yearbook is gonna be
so cursed.
If only I could
So
get
cursed.
the stuff from Cubs. I gotta steal his hard drive.
Yes, LA quite cursed.
Speaking of cursed, so your partner Christian is known for posting about cursed food. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
You must choose one thing he has posted to eat. Which one is it?
It's a cursed question.
Do I get options? Like, are you giving me options? Do I have to think
I can't
of
think
stuff?
on the top of my head.
The things that he like. There's Pepto, which
Pepto Glizzy.
yeah,
Pepto Glizzy, yeah.
He's done a lot of like baked beans. And I don't. Whatever is the most normal.
No.
He sent me. Okay. Since these are smaller, maybe I could just like eat one and be fine with it. But he sent me like a baked beans Oreo.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 choices:
Okay.
baked beans Oreo,
Uh-huh.
Pepto Glizzy, or tuna loops.
Tuna loops?
Has he not sent you this one?
What's tuna loops?
It's a little bit. It's tuna. It says tuna loops go hard. It's canned tuna with Fruit Loops.
No. I would still take the baked bean Oreo. Thank you very much.
So do you send these to Christian every so often?
No,
Or you just-
he finds them by himself. He finds it by himself on Twitter. It's all him. He does this by himself. He looks at it. He does a little, and then he retweets it. He does this by himself. I am not part of it.
What's crazy is that he doesn't go out of his way to do it. It's part of his algorithm.
It's part of his algorithm.
But
And
if you think about it, how does the algorithm start off?
I don't know. It's to
He must have actively
Yeah,
searched for
actively
some
at
sort
least
of
once.
one of his
combination at least
quirks.
once.
It's one of his quirks, and it just stayed. I don't know. Remember when you could see who liked certain
Yes.
things? Yeah, it would
rest
be
in peace, that
it would
function.
be Christian and Ariel, who both like cursed foods. Yeah, he likes sending it since he's 3 hours ahead. He sends them in the morning, and then I wake up to it, and that's how I start my day.
Here's your
Yeah, I think-
breakfast, and it's happy to see you.
If I remember when he sent me tuna loops, I remember specifically. I think it was in the morning when I looked at it. I was just like, I'm lying down still. You know the thing when you're like lying down looking at your phone before you get up? I actually gagged while lying down. I was like,
Yeah. Now that I think about it, he sent me a boba one.
Uh-huh.
Except it wasn't boba, it was baked beans.
Oh
In
yeah, that's a
boba.
good one.
And I was very upset. It's like, why? My favorite. And you
baked boba.
why'd you do that?
At least it wasn't like, I don't know, salmon roe. Like
That's true.
I don't know, man. Either way, he'd still laugh at it and post it. It's one of his quirks.
Yeah. I mean, I guess a little bit of something makes all of us eccentric in a certain way.
Uh-huh. That's okay.
Oh God.
Speaking of quirks.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. A quirk of yours, I guess. You enjoy crying for middle-aged men.
Uh-huh.
So, what is with the obsession with Kiryu? Like, when did it start? And what is something you own that is dedicated to Kiryu?
So I started watching Yakuza from one of my old mods. I really only started because he was really hot. That picture right there is from Yakuza 0. That's the hottest he's been. That was
Nice.
he was 20 there. Yeah, so I watched it because he was hot, and then I stayed because the storyline was good.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like watching every single stream, and I wouldn't stop watching. And at that time I had like a potato PC, and so there was no way I could play any of these games for myself. So I watched everyone else. And yeah, it consumed me, and then I started streaming them once I upgraded my PC, and yeah, it's a fixation, it's an obsession, but at least I'm not cheating on my boyfriend. Like he knows where I am because I'm just
Playing
watching
Yakuza.
and playing Yakuza.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and so I have many different Yakuza plushies.
Uh-huh.
This is only 3 of them. I have, I think, 4 more.
Uh-huh.
And then like this is a Ishin like a dragon fan I got at TwitchCon. I got 2. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, we're using it so because we're so hot, and I was like, give it to me now. Kiryu was on it. Yeah, I don't know. I end up getting really fixated.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just like husbandos. But this is just one that I really like. And yeah, the storyline is really good. Plus, since he's in plushie form, now I can just hold him.
Mm-hmm.
You are loyal to one husbando.
But there's some really hot ones in there too. We got Akiyama too, and Mine. Mine is like a bad guy for a little bit, so he's only in one game. But there's some hotter ones too. But yeah, Kiryu.
Yeah.
It's my
So mainly plushies and
No, I mean these ones are keychains.
oh yeah, you keychains right there. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
This one is Majima.
Ah yes. Majima.
And then this one is Kiryu playing the ook. And then this one is Akiyama with all his money.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just and then I have like other ones over here, but it's hard to take them off.
Yeah.
But like I have CD ones. I have
Oh.
I have Bakami Tai what's it called?
Vinyls?
Your cups.
Or coasters.
They look like they're coasters. That's what So this is the Bakami Tai one.
yeah.
It has a dragon, and then this one is 24-hour Cinderella,
Oh my gosh.
which would be Majima. So
Yeah,
these
yeah.
are coasters, but they're vinyls of the songs.
Yes.
And so I had to get 2 of each so that there's 4 for whoever comes over to my house, which is usually no one. So I just have 4.
You gotta put out the nice coasters
I
for the
Have-
guest.
You can have 4 drinks for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I usually do. You know, it's usually like water and coffee and water and something. And yeah, and then Beauty gave me like a little Kiryu keychain. I have a bunch of
Yeah.
keychains. They're all like stuck on here. Oh, and then I have, which LA sent me a picture of this, and then I bought it.
Oh yeah. I remember this one.
I also collect pins, and then there's this really cool one with Kiryu and Majima everywhere. And so it's literally Majima everywhere when you spin it, and it's like the coolest pin, and I had to get it, and so I bought it right when he sent it to me. I went and found the artist and I bought it.
That was at MagFest.
yeah.
I sent you the picture of the pin, and you're like, I found it. I'm gonna buy it right now.
Yeah, I found it and I bought it because I needed to have like what if someone else bought it and like it's sold out? Like I couldn't, I truly couldn't let that happen, and so I didn't let it happen. I bought it. I got it. Yeah.
So a follow-up question. Do you have a favorite version of Kiryu? Is it the Yakuza 0 version, or is it the one that's sitting in front of you right now?
No, this one is silver. I guess you can't really tell.
Oh, never
this
mind.
one is the silver-haired Kiryu.
Yeah.
This is Cancer Kiryu.
Oh.
So, yeah. Sorry, that's a
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
that's a spoiler. I was seeing if his other one was in reach, but I don't think it is.
Oh, okay.
I do like Kiryu. I like him if you look at his regular outfit,
Yeah.
it's like the gray suit
Yeah,
and then the burgundy popped collar. Like that's good. The thing is like in certain games, I don't know why they do this, but they like grow out his sideburns.
Uh-huh.
I don't like the sideburn looks, but then they took it away. They took away a little bit of his sideburns when they either like remastered or made like new ones. And so those ones are fine, but the well-kept sideburns Kiryu is good. Oh, I have a dog. You guys want to see my Kiryu dog?
Yeah.
Here.
Kiryu duck. A Kiryu duck.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
This is just show and tell. I
Oh
don't
my
have
gosh.
a problem. Yep.
For
He has
those
a
of you that
bike.
will be listening to the podcast, it's a duck that looks
it's
like Kiryu
Kiryu
holding a bicycle that
holding
he's
a
about
bike.
to smash into
Throw.
someone.
Yeah, because this is my favorite weapon in Yakuza. Wow. I have a lot of
Easy to say. What's your favorite weapon? A bike.
the bike. I animated that emote and now it's one of my, or I animated it and made it an emote for me.
Man.
So yeah, you can use the bike emote in my chat.
All right. Speaking of throwing bikes, how many of the Yakuza series have you played, and have you completed all of them?
I have completed all of the Yakuza series. It was 0 through 6, and then I just finished Like a Dragon.
Oh,
So that's 7 and 8. I've only played parts of Ishin, and I'm on the spin-off games called Judgment. And so it's technically not, it doesn't have Kiryu in it, but it has like the clans that they had. It's in the same Kamurocho, and so you know the map from the Yakuza series, but you're following a detective case, which is kind of cool because it like you have to really think. You know, some of my my stalker abilities get to be used, except it's not it's not fun because you have to like tail people in that game just to like see where they're going, and it's actually not my favorite part.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I started it, but I already, so I watch a lot of the games before I actually play them. So I know what happens in Judgment.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens in Lost Judgment, but yeah, I haven't done Dead Souls, which is kind of like Yakuza Zombies, because that's only on PlayStation, and
Interesting. Okay.
I'm
many
only
games.
a PC gamer, so I don't have that. Haven't played the original Yakuza 1 and Yakuza 2.
Okay. I mean,
but like
Kiwami.
the main series I've played.
Gotcha. You follow-up question to that. Do you have a favorite mini game in the Yakuza series? Like, you know how they have slot cars and like, do you have a favorite one that you like sticks out of your head?
Oh, the Cabaret Club. And
Cabaret Club.
Yakuza 0 and Kiwami 2. So basically, you are running a cabaret club. You are sending out your hostesses to tables, and you had to make sure that you're sending the right person. So they have like, I think 5 different categories of like, they're good at talking, they're funny, they're sweet, whatever. You got to make sure that person is the right person for the customer. And then sometimes they will ask you for help, and so they do certain hand signs to ask for help, and so you have to like be speedy and get what they need. And yeah, at the end you're trying to defeat all of the cabaret clubs that are in the area. That's my favorite one. But, there's a lot. I mean, they made something that looked like Pokemon. They made something that looks like Animal Crossing X Stardew. I usually call it Dragon Dew Crossing.
It's funny because like sometimes I'll like tune in to, you know, Adri playing Yakuza, and I'm like, I know what Yakuza looks like, and then I see a minigame like this what?
What?
This isn't Yakuza.
What is going on in this game? What is actually happening?
Why are you running a hostess club or whatever? What's going on here?
I think
Where's
so,
the fighting? Mahjong. Like,
Yeah.
Where's the fight? Where's the fight throwing?
I think that's why I really like Yakuza, because there's like a balance of like seriousness and then chaos. I was recently diagnosed with ADHD, and so it makes sense that I enjoy this because like I don't have to like focus on one thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, these are the only games I've ever finished. I don't ever finish any other games. Like,
That's crazy.
I don't know how many like Stardew Valley farms I've made, and only one has gotten by the first year. Or like Animal Crossing, my island's not that cute. Like I think I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a cozy gamer. Like I could do this, and then I get bored, and I'm like, ooh, Yakuza. Like, look at him. He took his shirt off. Let's go.
It's the opposite of cozy gaming. Oh man. All right. Well.
Yeah, I cry.
Yeah. That's I think we all got to know Adri a little bit better today here, especially with in detail description of her obsession for Yakuza and Kiryu. And we're not done though.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah.
I'd like to kind of transition into a little bit more of I guess not serious, but kind of less
Contemplative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, let's go to some actual I guess questions that are that might be a bit more insightful, or yeah. So the first question I have for you here is, as you know, we went through COVID a few years ago. The pandemic years, they've been called the time skip years, the training arc years, the lost years. So for you personally, how would you describe the last 4 years of your life?
Rough. It was really hard for me because I graduated from college in 2019, and so I moved back from my small town back to Seattle, and then all of a sudden, like I turned my internship into an actual job, but then we were stuck, and it was really hard for me to transition. I think I'm one to thrive off of friendships, and unfortunately, like I just don't have a lot of friendships in person anymore, because a lot of my friends have either moved out, or because I moved, like I moved away from my friends, and so it was really hard for me. But like I thrived off of friendships online, and so like ZJU was a big community that I had during that time, and I would be online with people playing Among Us for hours. And so if I did not have Twitch, I don't think I would have like had survived. There was a lot of transition that happened, and a lot of things that I didn't think that I would leave during the pandemic, but I had to because of mental health reasons, and then because of just feeling secure in a community. The community that I thought that I was a part of since I was younger was something that felt foreign and did not feel like home anymore. And it was, I mean, I still struggle with it. With like, I look at my years before COVID, and I'm like, wow, look at how happy I looked with people, and I don't get to do that because my friends are far. And so I'm still having a hard time like transitioning into adulthood in that sense, where I thought that my life was going to look a certain way and it doesn't. And I think I put a lot of anxiety on that because I thought I would be thriving. But it feels like I'm not.
What a vibe.
Yeah, if you really think about it, though, a lot of people, like especially we had access to Twitch stuff. Can you imagine if you were a normie in the pandemic years?
Bro.
I've had some IRL friends who don't do anything that have to do with like Twitch streaming or communities like Discord and stuff, right? Because yeah, and those people, they were just like they were dying. They had nothing to do.
I mean, I am an introvert, so like not going outside wasn't going to be the end of the world. My sister took it really hard because she's extrovert and didn't get to go outside and
poor
be with
LA
her
is just
friends.
nodding aggressively in agreement. The extroversion.
Yeah.
So that was hard, but I think I thought I was gonna be married or started to have kids or like I feel like a good amount of our age demographic just are not married, don't have kids.
Yep.
And I think it's because of that gap of like we would have been out finding people, meeting people, whether it's I don't know, in a bar and in regular normie social settings.
Yeah.
But we were indoors. I mean, I know there's e-dating and stuff like that, but that's not for everyone.
That's for another episode of the podcast.
Oh boy.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all. That's gonna be a juicy one. Yeah. COVID, the worst was pretty much just 2020 and 2021, right? 2022 was when things started to kind of
open up,
be a little bit, less restricted. So, I mean, we can kind of just say that we're 2 years younger than what we actually are, right?
Just, we're not counting those years, right?
We were in the hyperbolic time chamber for 2 years.
Our time -2. So whatever your age is minus
exactly,
2, that's your age now. So don't even worry about it. I'm going with that. I mean, we all look that way anyway, so it's
That's true.
not gonna matter. Speaking of younger, here's a hypothetical for you. All right, you find yourself 10 years in the past, with you in front of yourself. So you found yourself 10 years in the past. What do you tell yourself?
There's life after your ex, girl. Stop going back to
Oh no! Oh no!
Because I'd be 18.
Holy.
Too real. Holy crap.
While you were asking that question, I could see Audrey's face. She was just like, oh, that period of time. That's what I was doing over there.
Yeah, I would just be graduating high school 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the main thing. That's it. Just get over it.
Yeah, or like, girl, you're not crazy.
Ooh.
I don't know. I had a lot of the ADHD diagnosis, for a long time, like made me feel crazy a little bit, or like made me feel like, I don't know. I was labeled as lazy. I was labeled as like mostly lazy because I have inattentive ADHD, and so it was hard for me to finish things. And I would get really mad at myself because I couldn't finish games. I couldn't finish hobbies. Hobbies are actually hyperfixations for me. And so college was really hard for me. I wish I had known that I had ADHD before college. Because that's where I think because I was on my own, I just didn't know how to schedule and prioritize things very well. Because when you're under your parents' roof, like it's easy for my mom to tell me to do things, but when you're off on your own, that's when it was hard.
Yeah.
So would you say that it's better knowing that, like, after diagnosis, it's better knowing that you have ADHD instead, like, it makes you feel better that way then?
Yeah,
because you're not being like labeled as like, oh, you're just lazy.
Yeah, a lot of the times it was lazy. It was like, why don't you get this? I was like, I don't know why I don't get this. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So like it's a lot of relearning how to be a human again.
Yeah.
Like I make sure that everything is on a schedule. If it's not on the schedule, I don't know about it. But my memory, my long-term memory is very great. My short-term memory is very small. I lose everything very easily.
Same way.
Yeah.
I had to put AirTag on my purse because if I don't put it in the same place, then I don't remember where it is. I lose my phone a lot, and so luckily, like I either use my laptop or I use my watch to ping my phone because I just don't remember where I put my phone. If it's not in the same spot that I remembered I put it in last time.
Then you realize you're holding it. You ever have that
usually
happen?
it's
like,
yeah, that's usually
Where is
like
my phone?
for my
You're holding on to it.
glasses. But yeah, that's
Yeah. I feel that. I have to put my wallet and keys in the same place every time, or else I lose it.
Yep.
It's gone.
Every
Like,
time.
I just don't know where it is. I'm like, where do I put it? Like, oh no. Yeah. Yeah. That
so I put deadlines for myself way in advance. Like if I have to get something done in a month, I have to put the deadline for a week. Because I work under pressure and I procrastinate. And so I procrastinate to the deadline, which I actually would not actually be late for it. But in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do now.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So usually if I do it in the moment, if someone tells me in the moment and I was like, okay, I got to do it now because I'm going to forget. Unless I put it on the calendar. But
Yeah. Speaking of calendar, thank you. Shout out to Adri for putting all the podcasts on the calendar because if they weren't there, I would forget.
I almost like, even though it was only like 2 days ago or yesterday, we're like, yo, Thursday? Okay, Thursday. I come home from the gym today. It's like 45 minutes until like the episode starts. Then 30 minutes, I mean like 5 minutes later, LA messages me. I was like, "Oh yeah, the podcast is in 30 minutes."
No wonder.
I'm like putting laundry in. I'm doing house chores. I'm doing dishes. I just finished eating. I'm like watching anime, and then also all of a sudden my phone goes seminar episode. Whatever 6.69 or something. I'm just like, wow. I'm.
Yep. It's I made a ZJU calendar so that I don't forget, and so. If other people wanted to be connected to it, they can also see it too.
Yes, thank you. Because this is the guy that's running the whole podcast too. Right now, you're talking to the guy who organized this whole thing.
I was like, he was like, I'll be there in 15 minutes. I'm like, all right,
okay. We're fine.
We're fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna. Yeah, I'll take the last one.
Yeah.
I always ask this question. I don't know if you're ready for it. I mean, did you prepare for the podcast at all? I was just curious. No?
I woke up and got here.
Okay. All right. what are the 3 words you hope to espouse? How do you want people to experience you? 3 words. Who are you?
I'm passionate
Mhm.
and loyal and empathetic.
Yeah. Why those 3 words? Like, go talk about it a little bit.
Actually, can I change one?
No,
You are who you are.
You're not allowed.
You're not allowed. You are committed.
Can I change loyal to chaotic? Because I feel like that is a part of me.
Uh-huh.
Is
Yeah.
the chaos too.
Yeah.
But I'm very much so like a feeler.
Yeah. Just general. I don't even like
Yeah, when I see
crying over
someone
middle-aged
cry.
Japanese men.
But even if I like feel someone crying, like I start crying, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright.
very emotional.
Yeah, in general. Just like not only like with people, but like media in general, or just like
I think it's mostly people. I feel like as much as I say that I hate people, I really actually love people.
It seems a little bit difficult for you to say.
Sometimes, well, I say that because sometimes I feel like I give too much to people who don't deserve it at times, and so I've had to learn over the years to detach from toxicity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. All right. Was there any advice you'd like to give to the class today?
Be unapologetically you. Because only you can do that.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview. Thank you to our co-hosts today, Sepy and Kiryu. Kiryu, you were great, even though you're just,
Thank
just
you,
chilling.
Kiryu.
But thank you, especially to Adri, for doing the interview today. Our next episode, if memory serves me right, is October 20th, episode 7 of the seminar. Exciting set of people that are going to be there. I think I will be on
including
there,
LA himself.
Yeah, I will be there this time around. So look out for that. Put it on your calendars. I believe that is 6 p.m. Pacific on the 20th.
Yes.
But again, thank you for being here and thanks for hanging out. That is the end of Office Hours 6.69. Have a great night. Make sure you're following ZJU on all the social media, and if you're not subscribed here, why? Subscribe. All right. Good night. Take care, and see you on Spotify and all the other podcast things. And until next time.
Whenever I'm not lazy enough to upload it.
It will eventually. Okay.
It will. Yeah, they'll be up there.
Have a great night. See you later. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.